9:30. God, stand up late today. Oh, gee whiz. What a great way to start the year. We had a COVID scare. My brother got that rat that they call it, the rapid antigen test or whatever, and it came back positive. So I had to leave my job early and get tested with another rat, which came back negative. So did my dad's, so did my mother's, and so did my brother's again. He tested positive and negative, and he hasn't gone the proper test yet because of how long the queues are. So, gee whiz, it's not like it's my last week at my job, and now I'm not going back again until I go to pick up my stuff in like probably a fortnight, because I'm not going back to work there anymore. This is meant to be my last week. I got cut short. That's alright. I don't really care. It's a fucking shit house to be in anyway. But the good news is that when I got home after this really fucking waste of a life day, I got to get some extra stuff. That does not make grammatical sense. I got mail. Mail shit. Come on. Mail. Let's take a look, alright? I got some good ass shit. Fucking keen. This should have been waiting weeks for, and unfortunately this will be one of the last videos where I get to show off the cool shit that's come in, because outside of a few extra Blu-rays, which will probably come in before the end of the month anyway, so I might make this a end of, a whole of January month video. Probably, actually. It's only like the 4th currently, but if everything else I'm expecting comes in before the end of the month, I will release the video before the month ends. You'll know what it's like when I get to the very end of the video. When you get to the very end of the video. Alright, what do we have here in the Pirates of the Caribbean? Oh, fuck yeah, Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh, bloody hell. I forget how much stuff I'd bought at the very teetering end of started this year. Fuck, I forgot it was actually New Year's Day. So New Year's Day, JB's last day for their 30% off sale, and my last day for being like, fuck it, I've got 2 more weeks of work coming up. Oh boy, hasn't that changed. Shit. Anyway, who needs money? So I bought The Servant. I know you probably don't know what the fuck it is either. I actually got it for like $1.80 because it's a 2-disc special. It's like a 4K remaster, I think, as well. A lot of good shit. It was the only other 2 for $20 that I could find. I'll show what the rest of the 2 for $20 is in a second. But it was basically like $7 to get it. Anyway, I also got War of the Worlds. This is Imprint's Blu-ray. I missed it when it first came out initially, so I didn't get the slipcover, but it's still a 4K remaster. I'm keen to finally get around to watching it despite having bought the old DVD, which was still a remastered DVD. God damn it. So I mentioned at the end of last year that I got... My video was the end of last year, but the video came out at the start of this year. In my December Part 2 video, I showcased that I got the 4K of Pirates of the Caribbean. I also mentioned that I watched Pirates of the Caribbean. It had a bit of DNR. Also, it had no special features. Also, my standard Blu-ray had no special features. So I bought it on Blu-ray with the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd film. These are all the 2-disc sets. They come with all of the special features. They even line up saying 1, 2, and 3, that was actually 1, 3, 2. I somehow still managed to screw that up a little. I'm not exactly fond completely of the artwork, but I also don't mind personally, given that my other Blu-rays I have is just the theatrical posters in a really, really, really slim case. So yeah, I figured I'd buy that. It was also 2 for $20, so hence I bought The Servant with it, but it was also 30% off, so it became like $7 a film, $6 to $7 a film, so hence why it was like, oh, with the total of my cart plus the War of the Worlds, because I put it up on my phone so I could figure out what the total price would be. Once I added The Servant, it was only like $1.80 more. I'm like, alright, well, I might as well. So yeah, so now I have like a lot of editions of Pirates of the Caribbean. And the 4K still currently is a regret. I haven't watched the second or third film yet, so I can't justify those. Hopefully it's worth it. But yeah, next up we have Malignant. I know, a lot of flashbacks. So this is actually the standard Blu-ray, which came with a slipcover, which is really fucking nice. Also quite like matte textured, which is great. It's got some shine on the title there as well. I really like this poster. Sure, yeah, the rating numbers are pretty shitty. It is British. But yeah, it's the same artwork on the other side, and still restricted to like one special feature, which sucks, but hey, I also have the Steelbook, so it is what it is. So it's pretty great. One of my favourite films of last year. It just came in really, really early. Next up, we have one that I've been wanting to get for so goddamn long, and I still have never seen it. That is, of course, The Final Countdown, which I bought from Amazon, luckily, because I got something else here from Amazon, which came in damaged, but initially had come in... I'll get into it. Anyway, I ended up just buying this with it. It does come with the lenticular cover, as you can see there. I don't really know how limited in print this is, but given that I was able to buy it from Amazon recently, and it still isn't sold out, I got it for like $60 odd, which is pretty alright. But of course it comes with the lenticular sleeve. I put it in a protector because I really want it to be in a protector. I don't like my lenticular scratching. And I also have Dead and Buried with the lenticular cover. It's quite weighty for a lenticular cover, you know. But yeah, it's really bloody nice. I don't know how well you can tell, but you know, it comes through the portal and like the planes take off. It's got such a motion to it. Motion in the ocean. I've used the reversible cover. I'd imagine this is probably like the theatrical poster for The Final Countdown. Yeah, basic stuff there. Of course, you got your Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos. Apparently this looks stellar on 4K. It comes with a booklet, which is really nice, and it comes with the CD and 2 discs, which has the same artwork, slightly different artwork. They all have different artwork, so it's just a lot of different artwork, plus a reversible sleeve. So, which comes with the artwork on the lenticular. Blue Underground, just consistently proving that they are one of the best 4K labels currently around. You know, next to, of all things, Arrow Video and Sony. Those would be my top 3. If you were to ask me what my favorite 3 current labels are for 4K, because Sony are usually really good picture quality, audio quality, but then Arrow Video are slamming it out of the park. They've got some amazing releases, and Blue Underground, despite a lot of their films being very underground, kicking into 17th gear. Now, what do we have next? It's up there. The chances of anything coming from Mars are 1,000,000 to 1, they say. The chances of anything coming to Mars are 1,000,000 to 1. And yet, they come. Sorry, I had the War of the Worlds radio play soundtrack stuck in my head. It's a really good track. Anyway, Star Trek. My original one came in damaged, wham, like, cool, right on the side there, so I sent it back. This one came dented on the corner. Thank you, Amazon. I bought the American edition, so it didn't come with any of the label stuff, but I also have an all-region player, so I don't really care. I know a lot of people were very picky about this. They're like, oh, well, in Australia you can't even get the Blu-rays in the set, so hence I really want to get the Blu-rays. I also do like the artwork, and if you are wondering why there's no 5 and 6, because apparently the CG would have been too much to remaster. This one came in a slight bit damaged, where the little chip came off. I tried re-gluing it back on, it just didn't want to, but I don't have these on Blu-ray. I want to get them with the special features. I don't know if they're new transfers or not, but nevertheless, you know, it is what it is. I just wanted the special features for the most part. This is obviously the one where I really wanted the rest of the stuff. It does come with a digital code, apparently. I don't know where. It says digital, but I'm like, is it on the disc? Either way, this one's a bit busted, because when I opened it initially, you can see sticky tape there, because this whole entire thing had cracked open, which, as you can tell, is a fine product. It's also slightly cracked along the spine as well. You can hear it whenever I try to close it as well. It's pretty rude, if I'll be honest with you. So, it still came in damaged, but and probably not as bad as what it originally was when it came in, when my first set had come in. But my first set had clearly come in damaged. Like, you could tell it was prior to it arriving that it had come in whammed. Probably they put it in damaged kind of deal. Whereas this one definitely was damaged in transit. So, I mean, to be fair, the 4K case was probably... I don't know how the fuck that cracked open, to be honest with you. There's no damage on the spine, so it's like notable outside damage. So I don't know what the fuck happened with these. Either way, I have them, and I was able to get the final countdown with it, and I got it for like $15 cheaper. So, like, you know, that's pretty cool. Because it was like 112 initially, 112, 115 to get this set, then it became $100. So I got it for like, you know, $12 to $15 cheaper. So that's a win in my book. Next up, we've got quite the trio. We have Deep Red. I'd be saying the Italian names, but I don't know all the Italian names. Cat o' Nine Tails and Bird of the Crystal Plumage. Now, I don't know if you know how well I love Dario Argento's work, but I don't have the original collector sets. I only have the casual 4K scan Blu-rays, which I will still keep because these don't come with Blu-rays. I kind of hate that. I don't want that. Anyway, obviously, if you're accustomed to these, this one I actually had to put sticky tape on because it started peeling off when I took off the J-card, which... Well done. Fucking hell, our video. I like the artwork, I like the matte finish. It's pretty gnarly stuff. They're all pretty basic in terms of booklet, poster with this artwork and then original artwork. And then, of course, this artwork, which, of course, you can reverse as well. It comes with cards on the inside, and it comes with the one disc. So it does have reversible artwork, which I have actually put the Blu-rays towards. So, for the most part, no, that's that artwork. Okay. Yeah. So something like that on that. So that's the same artwork I have on the Blu-ray. I don't have it currently displayed on the Blu-ray, whereas, you know, I don't really think I'll display it here either. I can, there's no real need not to kind of deal. But, like, for the most part, this and Cat o' Nine Tails are basically the same in exact same structure. However, the one that was slightly more expensive, Profondo Rosso, came with an added feature that I didn't expect. It came with 2 discs, and I was wondering because it was like $8 to $10 more expensive, and that's because it comes with the original version on 1 disc and the export version on the 2nd disc, both on 4K. So, yeah, artwork-wise, yeah, no, it's still just this. It's basically the same artwork, just it's the little doll. So that's interesting. I don't really mind, given I'll keep it in this box set and only watch it to watch the 4K, given how I do have the Blu-ray, and the Blu-ray has basically all the special features, even though this one does as well. This one has a lot of the special features, but yeah. Actually, it probably has all the same special features. I know a lot of people are very jumpy about these, because it's like, hey, they're out on 4K, but it's also like, yeah, but it comes in, like, it's so much expensive for, like, a booklet and a poster that I already have, even though the formatting for the booklet is slightly different to the originals. I've watched some videos. Obviously, the poster is different, has this artwork, has other artwork on the other side, and this is different artwork. I can understand why some people are very jumpy about that, but of course they did actually release the 4Ks as a separate case. But I figured, because I don't have the book, and I don't have the poster, and I do like the hardback, you know, these, I waited for a sale. I got them all for like $100, like, in one sale, which was, like, all three for 100, which is pretty freaking good. I'm pretty sure it was 100. It was a really nice price. So yeah, that was a good benefit for me, a good bonus. Because I really like his films. I did watch them. I literally, when they announced each individual 4K, except for Profondo Rosso, I'd already seen that. I keep calling Profondo Rosso. I like Deep Red as a name, but Profondo Rosso, Profondo. There's a lot of it. I'd already watched that, but I watched The Cat o' Nine Tails and Bird of the Crystal Plumage once these 4Ks came out, because I wanted to know if it was worth spending my money on, because they were limited edition sets and everything. But then knowing the word about having all these people say, oh, but I've already got the other limited edition sets, I don't need these, but I do want the 4K HDR, but I don't need it, you know. But it's like, why the fuck not half the time? But then there are also the people who complain that the color timing is different and all this kind of stuff. It's like, look, it is what it is. I like the look of the films. I think they look fine as the standard 4K remasters on Blu-ray, but I don't mind the HDR, and I really like having the booklet and all that extra stuff. Just, you know, I like having that extra stuff to it. And I can keep them both separately. One on the shelf, one up here on display. Kind of buried, but you know what I mean. So I have one more thing to show off. Whether it be the last thing for the month, I don't know, but let's dive into it. Oh. Now this did come with a little sticky tack on the very, very base, but I did just take this off. I don't really need it, and you're probably wondering, is that what I think it is? No, you're not wondering that. It does wrap around this quite nicely, but this is in fact, look, it doesn't even come out. Beautiful. This is the Monsterverse collection. Yeah, I fucking bought this thing. Godzilla on one side, Kong on the other. Monsterverse collection on the top, and just some legendary labels and whatever on the base. Didn't come in damaged, came in a pretty decent box from Zavvi. Luckily I'd seen some earlier and on Reddit, and I was like, oh thank God, because I didn't know how they'd send this out. So I'm going to show these off. This is my first time buying one of these kind of sets. They do it with like Lord of the Rings and Rambo and stuff. Very big in the US. It is a glossy finish. I really dig them. I like the minimalist style, just going for like the one picture, then something that's actually from the film. I mean, they're both from the film, but this is like a stylized version. And then you got your inside artwork and your disc. This on 4K, beautiful film. I really love the 2014 Godzilla film. It's like shockingly underrated. I also like the top corner of each one tells you what the monster's name is, but it's being written out because it's, you know, it's what is it? Oh, fuck, what do they call it? It's not Monarch. Now, my personal favorite of the franchise, Kong Skull Island. I really like it. Again, I still like the kind of minimalist look. I think this one has better artwork on the inside. Kong screaming like that just is better. And I still like how they both have their, you know, disc art for the 4Ks, where this one has his paw, the other one has like the silhouette of Godzilla. That's pretty nice. I don't think the inside shot of that one works so well. It's the San Francisco bridge scene, yes, but it looks like too much motion blur. It's not perfect, but I don't mind it. Oh, this one has King Ghidorah on the back. Like, obviously the image is King Ghidorah, but it has the name King Ghidorah. Whereas, first one says Godzilla, second one says Kong. This is obviously King of the Monsters. Interestingly, they went for a yellow shade here. Of course, each spine does have its own colours to it that matches. This is obviously my least favourite of the franchise. Even like the disc artwork just shows how kind of plain it is. It's a fine film. It's okay. For me, the memories are watching it in Japan when it first came out in a big-ass cinema full of silent Japanese audience. It's, you know, it's fine. It's not a terrific film, but if you just want to skim through the really, like, big CGI scenes of giant monsters fighting, it can be okay. But it makes me more nostalgic for, like, when there were people in suits, because I really like the people in suits. And last but not least, a different angle compared to my regular 4K. No, it can't be. No, it's a slightly different angle. Okay, well, at least in the because I do have all these films on Steelbooks, at least all the artwork is still different. I like how this comes as a set. This one even on the top says Godzilla and Kong, because it's Godzilla fighting Kong. See, this one you can argue as well, because it's like the motion blurred thing. Like, but it's, I don't know, it's a bit exciting. Not a perfect image, but fine. And of course this does have the paw print. For some reason the Blu-ray doesn't have a paw print, which is weird because my 4K Steelbook set, the Blu-ray and the 4K both have paw prints, one of Kong, one of Godzilla. It's interesting. Not a wholeheartedly unique thing, but just worth noting. I will note that this came with a slight, there is a ding. Yeah, there's like a slight ding on the ridging there, but like I thought I'd notice it because the lighting was a bit off on it. But I mean, outside of it, it looks fantastic. It's a nice set. I can display it like that. I am currently displaying it like that because I really like this MonsterVerse. They're not going to continue making more. I know that. I don't have any anticipation for them to. I'm happy with what I got. At least 3 of the movies were fucking bangers. So, you know, Godzilla, banger. Kong Skull Island, banger. Godzilla vs. Kong, banger. This humans suck. But that's alright. But yeah, so that's currently what I've gotten for January. It's a lot already. And this will probably be the first video. I'm only expecting a few more things, and most likely I'll use part 2, if it's a part 2 plus wrap up for the month, and or maybe next month. I don't know. I'll wait till more stuff comes in. I don't really know yet. And once that happens, I'll hopefully be able to update you guys as to whether I've gotten a new job, what the deals are, how my series of Anatomy of a Blu-ray is proceeding, because that's the one I'm focusing on now more over this, because obviously I can't afford to keep buying movies all the time. A lot of the movies I've either ordered are currently sold out pre-orders, or I've already paid for them and I'm just waiting for them to come in. So yeah, that's it for now. I might as well just wrap it up here. Thanks for watching. Obviously, I still really do love doing these mail videos. Today, luckily, this past 3-4 days has been a really big weekend with so much shit coming in from last year's orders. So, yeah, I mean, obviously this stuff I'm really keen to dive into, especially the final countdown. Yeah, and a lot of it just helped me to complete some, just check-offs onto what I wanted to get on 4K and stuff. Most of it, like today in particular, was just everything came in was 4K. Final Countdown, MonsterVerse, the Argento films and Star Trek, all 4K. So, that's bloody nice. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. And check out the new Anatomy of a Blu-ray series I'm doing. It's going to be interesting, where I deep dive into each Blu-ray. A lot of them at least. So yeah. See you next time. Adios.